Today's video, I'm going to be focusing on all of these radical extremists, especially the ones in the alternative media. All of these people seem to think you need to take strong stances on everything, especially on subjects like borders. It's okay to not know the answer to something, and you don't have to have the silver bullet, because sometimes there aren't silver bullets, right? So first point is, all the people who are talking about never watching TV. It's like, great, congratulations, you don't watch TV. It's just a tool. TV could be used for really great purposes. There are good things to watch on TV, and there's nothing wrong with having a TV. And just in case, people come over, and there's nothing wrong with watching track and field on Sunday afternoon, or whatever you want to do. Calm down. You don't have to take your TV set and throw it in the pool because you feel like there's some deceivers on there. We can learn a lot from our enemies, because their playbook is right in front of our eyes. We're way past the point of proving conspiracy, and we won a long time ago. So we have to start, pointing to what they're actually doing to us, whether it be the light frequencies, what they're wearing on the news, and different times of the day they like to get you at. So I think the people who say turn off the TV and they don't have a TV, it's like, you don't really have to do that, because you can gain a lot of information, and you can watch great documentaries on TV anyways, but that's just my opinion on it. I'm also really happy that these Seinfeld references have stopped. It was a pretty traumatic experience to see people quote that show for so many years. Not like people don't still quote Seinfeld, but whenever it is quoted these days, I feel like there's more of an eye roll response, which is, nice, because that show ended in 1990, I believe. But on to the next chapter, please. The people who also say, you need to pull your children out of school, well, in an ideal world, that would be a good situation. And if parents were more educated, it would be even better. But the truth is, a lot of people are very economically strapped, and even mothers will be working 2 jobs. So if you have to send your kid to a public school, it's not the end of the world. But you should probably tell them, it's a good idea to get a well-rounded view of all the lies in the world, and hopefully they will be able to go to a library or access some good internet stuff after they get out of school. So it's not like you can just raise a kid into whatever you want it to be anyways. You remember when you were a kid, you could just, at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do anyways. So a pro hockey player who has children probably wants their kids to be pro hockey players, but how many of them actually do that? They're just going to come on to what they like, what they enjoy, and start doing that thing. So in an ideal world, I would say, yeah, get your kids out of these schools, but you don't have to, go down there right now and rip them out and tear them away from their friends. Stop using Google and social media. It's called social media for a reason, because it's socialism, and that's why we're seeing all this crazy censorship out there. Instagram has gotten completely out of control. You can't even at certain people because they've had too many strikes or bans on their channel, like Chris Sky. Chris Sky's had 4 different accounts, and he doesn't really go too hard at anything. So the people who do really go hard on Instagram are long gone. But it's kind of impossible to stop using Google, because I think it's still the best software, and just for regular day-to-day use, it's the best. But for information wars, it's probably one of the worst, because it's really, really hard to find stuff. And you have to optimize your search. You have to go to advanced search options and really know what you're doing to find something. So, Google has their stuff, and we can't keep blaming Google for doing this. We have to actually start making our own search engines and our own internet, if even that's possible. I don't really know how to get started on that one. But so my last and final point is, all these people who are saying, get off grid, get out of the cities. This one I actually fully support. I just don't think people know how much work it is to live off grid. I did this, but I also did this with kind of support. So the place I was staying at would have solar chargers, and so there was some electricity and there was structure. There was plants already there. When you're starting from scratch and you're just from the city, you're just not going to make it, and you're going to pull the plug on it way too early. It's going to be a giant waste of your time. But I do support living off grid. I know people who do it and who really love what they do. They're food secure, and they're much more useful people than most people in the city, because a lot of people in the city, they don't even really have to even get in their car and go to work anymore. They can literally just live in their pods and have food delivered. Everything's from Amazon. So while I do fully support living off grid, you know, it's just not for everybody. It's certainly not for me. I'm still addicted to, you know, the worldly things. Like, I still like going to cruise. I like going to skateboard parks and doing all this stuff outside with people. So I don't know. It's one I think that is mostly dependent on your personality, right? So it's not, yeah, that's just the last point I really have here. So you don't have to take super strong positions on everything. It's okay to not know the answer to something. So when people say, oh, well, what's your position on the border? You can say, well, here's what I would do in this situation, or, you know, what would you do? And yeah, the last point, just Rolling Thunder is this weekend. This is the Convoy Part 2 in Ottawa, I guess. This time it's with bikes. The Harley Davidsons and the Kawasaki's, etc. I'm a gearhead. I'm a huge fan of any kind of car show, so I'm definitely going to make my way out there and hopefully get some great footage. If the weather is nice, there should be like thousands, at least hundreds of bikes down there, which is going to be a pretty cool sight to see. So any gathering, whether it's like motorists or, you know, freedom enthusiasts, I'll be down and I'm going to be supporting it. So April 30th, downtown Ottawa, Parliament Hill, Rolling Thunder. Mark it on your calendars, and definitely check back on this channel for more updates. So that's today's video, guys. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and hit like down below. Peace out.